Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
To set up Thurn and Taxis is pretty easy. You shuffle up the cards, would have all the city names on them, and put 6 face up and have a deck over here. You'll take the carriages and put them out 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 at the top, and there will be a stack there, 1 for each player. You're going to put out the 1 victory point token. You're going to put out the tokens in each of the areas on the board with the highest on top all the way down to the lowest, and you'll put those all over the board as you see here. Then everybody will be ready to play the game. To play on the turn is very easy. You can choose one of these cards that are over here or one from the top of the deck. Once you have a card in your hand, you can play and must play 1 card from your hand down. The trick to playing cards is that the next card that you play, because the first card you play can be any card, next card has to go on the right or the left. And the trick to this is it has to connect. So here we got München and we got Passau. They are connected by a road, so I can place this on either side. The next card I play, let's say I have Salzburg on the next turn, subsequent turn, and I want to play this, I can place it next to Passau because there's a road connecting it. But I could not place it on the München side. I could because there is a road going here. So let's say I have these cards down. I got München, Passau, and Salzburg. And now on a subsequent turn, I want to play Innsbruck. I cannot move these over and tag this in. I have to play it on one side or the other. If I'm unable to play a card on a turn, which this card would be playable, but let's say I had a card like Zurich and it doesn't fit on either side, then I would bust. I'd be unable to score these for the turn. They would be discarded, and I would have to play 1 card down, restarting my mail route. Let's go back to our example. Here we have München, Passau, and Salzburg, and instead, at the end of my turn, I decide to score these. I may do so. The first thing I would do is I could put a house out in all of 1 color, so in this case, München and Passau being the gray, I suppose, or 1 of each color. So I could do the red of Salzburg in either one of these. So I would take my 2 postal offices, and let's say I chose 1 color, München and Passau. I'd put those out, and I would put these in my discard pile. Now, what this is going to allow me to do is I can score any bonus tokens on the board I can. For example, these over here, if I get a set of 5, 6, or 7, I can take the highest one. And these you can earn multiples of. So if I did have a group of 7, which in this case I only had 3, I could pick this up scoring 4 victory points. The rest of these on the board, if I have 1 in each of the greens, so let's say I had 1 in here, here, and here, and I accomplish that, I can take the top one, scoring the 3 victory points. And as you can see in my example of here, I was starting to get the grays, which is worth 5. Then, after scoring any bonus tiles I may have, including this one up here that gives you 6 points, or descending, if you're not the first one to get it, to have 1 in each province on the board. So if I'm 1 in each color. Then I will upgrade my carriage. At the beginning of the game, you don't have a carriage, but the first time you fulfill 1, you will pick up the 3, no matter how long it is. And what that's going to allow you to do is each turn you're going to pick up, if you possible, as long as you meet the requirement on it. So let's say I already have a 3 and a 4, and I do a 7 one. Well, I can only pick up the 5 because I need to pick up the next one in order. That's really how simple it is to play Thurn and Taxis. That's pretty much all the rules. The only additional rule is the 4 powers. Each round, you may use 1 of the 4 powers, and they're very easy to use. The first one would allow you to pick up 2 cards instead of 1. The second one allows you to play 2 cards down instead of 1, following all the usual placement rules. The third one allows you to get rid of these cards and put new ones out for you to look at. And then the fourth one allows you to go up 2 in carriage that you haven't earned. For example, if I had 4 delivery in my route, normally I'd take a 4, I can actually go up 2 and grab this 6, which is worth a lot more victory points. So I can jump ahead with that power. Now keep in mind, you can only use 1 power per turn. The game will end either when somebody has put out all of their postal offices, or they've got the 7 carriage up there, which is worth 10 victory points. The person that ends the game will receive 1 victory point for ending the game. Then you'll finish the round so everybody has an equal number of turns, and then you'll score. All your scoring will come from the tiles that I've described. From the carriages give you victory points. And then for every house that you have not placed on the board will be worth 1 victory point. Whoever has the most victory points is your winner.